Musically yours, I'm Marlowe Beckett. The morning saw the absurdity, and the noon did the math. NPR is out there collecting stories of people who can't afford their own lives. A data set of grief for a 3-minute clip. Meanwhile, the biggest casino of them all just moved to Panama to avoid the audit. It turns out if you're rich enough, you don't have to solve the problem. You can just bet on how bad it's gonna get. From the regulator's eye, Polymarket found a place to hide. Shut down in 22 when the US gavel turned the tide. The reporters went to Panama, but the office was a phantom in the sun. A tax-free sanctuary where the offshore betting is done. They're making book on the wars and the way the elections swing, while the founders stay elusive behind a shell company ring. $1 billion ledger in a city they can't quite find, leaving the consequences of the gamble for the rest of us to mind. Of the state, the NPR van is running predictably late. They're asking for your stories for the human side of the squeeze, recording how the record gas price is bringing you to your knees. It's a library of survival, a collection of the lost, counting up the gas receipts and the sleep that you have cost. We're crowdsourcing the suffering to provide a brief relief, while the gamblers in the shadows turn the panic into beef. It's a tale of two markets, and the math is starting to bleed. The one that bets on chaos and the one that's drowning in need. In Panama, the tragedy is just a number on a digital chart. At the kitchen table, it's tearing the piece apart. They've turned our desperation into a volatile asset class, watching the world burn through a high-definition piece of glass. The wisdom of the crowd is just a fancy way to say that we've commodified the panic of the coming day. In the art class my wife takes me to, we've been working on perspective. The teacher says the horizon line is an illusion. It only exists because of where you're standing. If you're standing in Panama, the horizon looks like $1 billion windfall. If you're standing at the gas station, the horizon looks like a wall you can't climb over. A prediction market is just a casino built out of other people's emergencies. The market doesn't want the world to work. It just wants to be right about why it doesn't. We're auditing the phantoms and we're documenting the pain, but the ledger of the rich is a different kind of stain. The wealth is in the shadows, the reality is at the pump, while the prediction machine treats the future like a dump. They're betting on the winner, they're betting on the fall, without ever having to answer for any of it at all. The headquarters is missing cause the shame was never there, just a tax-free horizon and a thin, elusive air. The balance is tilted and the ink is running dry. Mateo is joining me next to name the ghosts in the sky. He's ready at the piano, and we're just getting started.